The clock is ticking. In exactly 18 days, the rules of the game change. While you are planning your Christmas dinner and worrying about gifts, the federal government is preparing the largest automatic tax hike in American history. On December 31st, the provisions of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act expire. That sounds boring, right? Tax provisions. Let me translate that into English. On January 1st, the government reaches deeper into your paycheck. The standard deduction? Cut in half. The child tax credit? Slashed. Your income tax bracket? Higher. They call it a fiscal cliff. I call it what it is, a looting. Let's put politics aside. I don't care who you voted for, Republican, Democrat, or Independent, because the IRS doesn't care either. Let's look at the math. Unless Congress acts in the next 2 weeks, which, let's be honest, is a gamble, here is the reality waiting for you in 2026. First, the standard deduction. For the last 8 years, most of us haven't had to worry about saving every single receipt because the standard deduction was high enough to cover us. Right now, for a married couple, it's over $29,000. In 18 days, that number is projected to drop to roughly $15,000. That means nearly $14,000 of your income that was tax-free is suddenly taxable. That is money for your mortgage, your groceries, and your kids' braces. Gone. Second, the brackets. You might think, I'm not rich, this doesn't affect me. Wrong. The 12% bracket? That likely goes back to 15%. The 22% bracket? That jumps to 25%. If you are a middle-class earner, the government is taking a bigger slice of every hour you work. Third, the child tax credit. For families, this is the knockout punch. The credit is currently $2,000 per child. Under the old rules, that drops to $1,000. If you have 3 kids, you just lost $3,000 in tax credits. That isn't a deduction, that is cash out of your pocket. Now, the media will tell you
the government needs more. It's only fair to pay more.
This is about fairness. They'll say the government needs more revenue. But here is the truth they won't put on the nightly news. The government doesn't have a revenue problem. It has a spending addiction. We are currently sitting on a national debt of over $38 trillion. In the 2025 fiscal year alone, just this last year, the federal government ran a deficit of $1.8 trillion. Think about that. They spent $1.8 trillion more than they took in. They maxed out the credit card in your name, and now that the bill is due, they aren't cutting their spending. They are coming for your earnings. We are at a point where the interest on our debt alone is costing us over $1 trillion a year. Your tax hike isn't going to better roads. It isn't going to better schools. It is going to pay the interest on the money they already wasted. This channel is called 1776 Reloaded for a reason. In 1776, our ancestors went to war over a tax on tea that was less than 3%. Today, we face a system that takes a third of our income, wastes it, and then demands more. I am not telling you to despair. I am telling you to wake up. Watch your paychecks in January. Look at the withholding. When you see that number drop, remember who did it. It wasn't an accident. It was a choice by a broken leadership class. We are going to be tracking every move they make. If you want the truth without the spin, you know where to look. Stay dangerous.